What's good? All right, so I want to try to make this video to show people what we do to determine whether you need a deep clean or whether you need a maintenance clean to your vehicle. So you're looking at a seat here, and as you can see, it doesn't really look like it is that dirty. So one of the things you need to do, if you scratch your seat and it turns white, then that means that it is dirty. However, if you scratch it and it comes back, no mark at all, then that means that your seat is clean. Now, when you go to scratch your seat, you can kind of tell whether somebody is a smoker, if it's a smoker's car, or if the vehicle is just normal dirt. So if the dirt comes back brown, then that means that it's a smoker's car. If it comes back white, it's just dirty, and you need to do a light cleaning of the seat. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna scratch the seat. Actually, just me pushing on it right there, you can see that dirt. See that? Just by pushing on it. I'm gonna do another area right there. Just touched it. Sorry, I'm trying to get the camera to focus. Got bad nerves. Got bad nerves. Okay, so I'm gonna do it right there. Pushed on it, you can see the dirt coming to the surface. Scratch it. Scratch it. See the dirt falling off? I run into this all the time where people say, oh, my car is not that bad. So in Google, if you type it in, will a maintenance clean likely make my fabric seats look stained if I really need a deep clean? Yes, a maintenance clean might make deeply soiled fabric car seats look worse if they really need a deep clean. A light maintenance clean might lift some surface dirt, but if the seats have significant staining or embedded dirt, a maintenance clean could simply spread the dirt and make the problem more noticeable, especially if it's not thoroughly rinsed and dried. So with detailers, we have special tools that are used to get between the cracks and crevices of the vehicle. So we're going to go in with solution, but when this dries, we're going to go in and we're going to pick out that dirt that is deep down in there. You can see the dirt that is coming out and everything. So a lot of people, of course, when you do your cleaning, you're not getting that dirt that's stuck up in there, and that messes with your appeal of your vehicle. Now this tool here has a special little hook to it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in up under the plastic here, and I'm going to see how much dirt I can pull up here. Now the thing is that you want to be very careful on not scratching that plastic in there. But as I'm pulling, you can see all the dirt that is being pulled out here. This is what you're paying detailers to do, to get and remove the dirt from your vehicle. This stuff takes time. It takes special tools. As a car owner, when you go to clean your car, you're not really getting up in these cracks right up in here and other cracks that are throughout the car. So that's gonna, yes, with that little part of the door handle, yeah, I get it. Nobody that is looking to purchase a car is going to be looking up under there or anything. But nevertheless, the dirt is still there. And you're paying for all of these extra precise cleanings that detailers do. And again, certain things that are on the surface, like, where your gear is and everything, and towards the center console, yeah, that area you do want precise attention being taken on that area. And then also on your radio cluster and everything around those areas, vents, you want that kind of cleaning, because you're always going to be looking at that. People getting in your cars, they can see that clearly, and your vents and everything. So, and remember, like, when people clean their cars and their vents, they just clean what's in the front. They're not really cleaning what's in the back, and that stuff will especially smoke residue gets in there. It gets all sticky and everything, so it's harder to clean out. This is what you're paying a detailer to take care of that. Okay, now the thing is that a detailer on a maintenance clean would take about 1.5 hours to 2 hours to get that vehicle finished. Now on a full interior clean, it's going to take that on a deep clean, it could take that detailer, depending on how bad the car is and whether it's been neglected or not. It may take 4. Some jobs could take actually 16 hours, depending on, especially when it comes down to shampooing and extracting the seats, if you have to pull the seats out, and then also, do the carpets. So again, as I stated before, detailers are thinking about exactly how long it could take, so they try to put you in that middle marker. So if they believe that it's going to take 6 hours to complete your vehicle, they may charge you for 5 hours. They may charge you for the 6 hours. Okay, generally on my end, I usually tell people within an hour range. So I may say 2 to 3 hours. So I end up charging them for about 2 hours. If it takes me 3 hours, it takes me 3 hours. Sometimes I may charge them 3 hours when it may take me 4 hours. Like I said, I stay in between and everything. It's not the customer's fault or problem if it takes me longer to do the job and everything. They don't know if I've been working the whole entire time, so I can't charge them for 4 hours when it took me 3 hours. Sometimes you get tipped, and the tip could be $20, it could be $50 and everything. So for me, awesome, cool, and I'll definitely put you in and scheduling you in on your maintenance clean. But one of the reasons why a lot of people will not do a maintenance clean when you need a deep clean, because one, we know that the results are not going to be what you expect. That'll be number one. If it's an experienced detailer, when you get your seats back and you did a maintenance clean and you needed a deep clean, you're not going to see any spots. You're not going to see any spots because they're going to blend it. They're going to blend it and make it as even as possible, so you think that all the dirt is removed, and it's not all removed. So if you have went over 6 months, just do the deep clean, and you don't have to worry about anything from there. The next time you come in, boom, it's probably $100, depending on the size of your vehicle. Maybe you're like $100, but you're getting somebody to take care of your vehicle. Now, again, all of that dirt in the cracks, it's just sitting on the surface. We can easily blow that dirt out of the cracks with steam. Easily blow it out with steam, or by wetting it and then blowing it out with a compressor. So either or, it's going to get done a lot quicker. But when it's built up and we have to take time to make sure that we don't scratch anything, all of these cracks and crevices, cleaning them out could take about an hour, depending on how good of a job the detailer is trying to do. We got Q-tips that we have to use and all of these other things to get to certain little areas that just doing it with a towel is not going to get the results that we want. Literally, we are going over your car with a fine tooth comb. So please always remember, maintenance clean is a surface clean, but you got to make sure you get a deep clean done first. If your car is no more, you got it from the dealer about 6 months ago and it haven't had a previous owner, then yeah, you can do the maintenance clean. But if it's been more than 6 months, I really recommend you do the maintenance clean. I really do. The deep clean, and then you do maintenance clean from there on out. I mean, you could do it yourself, but if you value your time, pay somebody to do the service. Why do it yourself? Why take 2 or 3 hours out of your day and do it yourself when you got somebody else coming in? You don't have to worry about buying protected and everything. Literally, the last time that I did a detail on my car, it was probably about 2 months ago. The UV protectant that I use, which has a high gloss to it, my dash is still shining. But also, I applied it the right way, because a lot of people, they apply the sealant, that protectant, they apply it wrong to their dash. They just spread it out, and they never clean their dash. They just spread out the material and get that little shine. But after about a week or something, or when you go to touch it, all of that residue, all of that not condensation, but all of the stuff that you put on there, it just shows the fingerprint in a dry spot. When I touch my dash, it doesn't look dry. I have to put a lot of pressure, and if my hand is hot, that heat will remove some of the protectant that I put on there. But I can just apply more protectant, but I don't have to really use a lot. A bottle of protectant would probably last me about 2 or 3 years if I was just doing my car. About 2 or 3 years, if not longer than that. But you want to make sure you got it in the right temperature, and you shake it up before using it. But like I said, please, when you go and request service from somebody, take these particular things into consideration. Take it into consideration what you really need and listen to that detailer. If you can't afford a deep clean now, maybe wait a few weeks. Get the deep clean done. And as far as you detailers out there, stop trying to close people. Tell people what they need. Don't do the job knowing that it's going to be crappy service. One, you're not going to lock down that customer. You're not going to lock it down. I gave a customer the other day, and I was driving Lyft, and I went to an apartment building, and I was sitting there. This lady came out, old lady, came out, got in their car right next to me. I looked over, I seen bird poop on her car. Bird poop is acidic. It etches your paint, your clear coat, wax, sealant, whatever you got on there. It'll etch it. And I ended up telling her that it was acidic. So it's tree sap and and everything. She was like, yeah, I do need to get my car clean because, I just got this car and this is how it was. And I do want to get it clean. And she was like, I'm on a budget right now. And I looked at the car and I can't remember what kind of car it was. It's like not a Magnum, but bigger than a Magnum or whatever, but more of a boxy look. But anyway, it being an elderly lady, I told her, I said, look, I would normally, for a deep clean on this, I would probably charge you around about $240 to $270. And I gave her my card and I said, look, good, the way to accumulate business is sometimes do a good job for somebody that needs it at a decent price that they can afford. And the only thing you can ask is that, hey, refer me to somebody. You go to church and say, hey, this guy gave me a really good deal to do a detail on my car, and I just wanted to, tell people about him, and it was a blessing, blah, 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 and everything. That lady can bring me business. She can bring me business. So that's why I did the detail for her. I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't do the detail for her yet, but I gave it to her at a price that is affordable. And I told her, I said, what I can do is I can give you my media discount, meaning I'll be able to record the video. I'm not going to put your license plate or anything like that in it, but I'll be able to record the video of the cleaning and post it on social media. It can accumulate money for me down the line if I get a large enough following on my YouTube channel and everything. So for me, at this stage for my YouTube, no, it's not going to really be profitable for me. But nevertheless, like I said, it's an older lady, and she probably wouldn't even get the work done unless it's just the amount that she's going to spend is above and beyond. The service is above and beyond what she's spending for the car. So I know that she's going to give me a call whenever she can. It may take a month or 2 months. So I recommend, get out there, put out some flyers or business cards and talk to people, say, hey, I noticed that you have some oxidation. And a lot of these calls that come in, yep, see that error at the top, invalid number. A lot of these scammers is just really pissing me off. And I get to doing videos and I get these stupid scam calls and it's really getting on my nerves. But yeah, go to gas stations. You see somebody, line your car up to where you're going to be able to look over and see in the inside of someone's car and tell that, it's messy, meaning that they don't have enough time to do it themselves, and you can offer up your services. It's plain and simple. Appreciate y'all for watching. I did try to keep this video a little bit short, but I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.